It's the 21st of April, and I'm just going to share very briefly, as succinctly as possible, with regard to the latest development with regard to bodily integrity damages that I've experienced that have caused damage to my thorax and my abdomen and my inner organs. So I've been sharing about these bodily integrity damages for the past 2.5 years, and not any of these practices are consented to, neither are they lawful. So there have been individuals with bright ideas and developments, but without bright procedures transacted. So for the past few minutes, I've experienced belching, indigestion, discomfort, and it's an unnatural process that's occurring, and it's basically a procedure that culprits of hate crime and treason that not only damaged my spiritual light body but have also damaged my physical body, have applied new developments that they have recently discovered in the past year, 2-3 years. If I'm to be accurate about it, the first incident of these violations was in 2016, and they have used my human anatomy for their damaging and harmful practices. Not only have they done the unthinkable to a human anatomy, they have also slandered, defamed, and discomforted my livelihood. They've also stolen, as I've said, professional opportunities, and they've imposed and caused denigration and deprivation. This collective have publicly slandered me for the past 15 years, and they have exploited and gained from me creatively, intellectually, and spiritually for the past 15 years. Now, the issue at the moment is the retaliatory process. There is injustice occurring. As I mentioned in my post and upload 2 nights ago, I'm waiting for the authorities to locate my missing child that has been harmed for the past 3 years in an unlawful action placement. Not only is that injustice, there is also the injustice of those that are stealing wealth and property. My marriage has caused me very grievous harms. My marriage has caused me deprivation and desertion and adultery and worse. There are individuals that have been treasonous during my marriage and defamatory that have also harmed my baby boy. So my matrimony has also been disrespected. And as the United Nations and all humanitarian agencies are aware, human life, mothers and children are not for bargaining or bartering. And when a woman is married with a child in wedlock, experiencing deprivation, that's an offence. So I didn't become a married mother to experience human rights abuses, but that is what is occurring in a democracy in 2021. I'm in social housing, and people that have been exploiting from me for the past 15 years and that have been slandering me for the past 15 years are not addressing their dues that are overdue and that are being pilfered and pillaged by unqualified individuals. So as a qualified professional, I'm very curious as to who's obstructing my human rights. My bodily anatomy has been damaged, and so is my sacred light body. My child's body has also been damaged. These are all very serious matters, and for bodily integrity damages to be occurring in social housing, that's very serious. Amongst the other matters that have discomforted the environment that I have referred to in yesterday's upload. So these are all very dangerous human rights abuses I'm experiencing as a royal and as a qualified professional, and people designating and deciding about my wealth, property and longevity to suit their neurosis without respect for damages to faith and family, and trespassing on property where they have no right to be, are all very serious offences against a law-abiding citizen that has helped many and that has saved much for others. As regards health practitioners acting on behalf of a collective, very guilty collective, they might be reminded of their former offences of unlawful detainments and violations of my right to freedom. So the healthcare practitioners that are perverting my privacy and assisting further offences and endangerments when dues aren't being met are being brought to the attention of the United Nations. And as I've just previously mentioned, all humanitarians are aware that human life, especially women and children, are not for bartering or bargaining. So as I've also mentioned in a previous upload, I'd appreciate the relevant agencies and establishments assessing, calculating and evaluating the damages, harms and losses that my child are due. And I'd also appreciate the relevant agencies and establishments addressing the issue of proximity, privacy and protection that I am due. And I'd also appreciate the relevant agencies and establishments addressing the issue of property theft and slander that I've been experiencing for the past 15 years. The authorities are aware there's a missing child in an unlawful care order placement since 2017. My child is lawfully to be placed in my care, and my farm holdings of my marriage and ancestry as of 2015, and the injuries that I've suffered, and the defamation and impoverishment and the harms that my child have experienced are all matters that I'd appreciate being addressed immediately. Those imposing on people's private lives and stealing wealth are very offensive to all standards of professionalism, especially qualified professionals that have worked in many respects for the betterment of society. So this morning, in my social housing, bodily integrity is still being damaged, and my bodily particles are being used for practices that I have not consented to. So there's a very disgusting, morose situation occurring. And I would appreciate the Honourable Government addressing all these matters, particularly the Ombudsman issues and the falsified allegations, the unlawful detainments, the acts of injustice. Liabilities in society that have caused and wreaked havoc are not safeguarding anyone's future with their offences.